Why is this nigga naked?
What I'm saying, I'm not sleeping with you.
Bro, you know you want to see what's up with that tentacle?
It's crazy on how we've been playing this game for 2 hours straight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, we can enjoy the fucking, environment. Shit.
So why am I here?
You discovered.
Oh my gosh, yes. Do whatever she says, nigga. What are you talking about? How have you been?
Sorry, I haven't been able to hit you up in like a month, dude. This whole month has just been crazy with work and other shit going on. So
It's A-okay, bro.
I've not even had time.
It's okay. Sure.
I am free for the rest of the night.
Yo, this game really does look good. After like editing all that Divinity 2 stuff, man, this game looks amazing. I'm going into the thing that he said we have to muck out. Oh, what the fuck? Shadowheart tripping. Better get over here.
Tainted. Better to avoid it.
The water looks tainted. Better to avoid it. Oh, there are enemies in here? Oh, yep. God damn. Do I even have a way to heal in this motherfucker? Oh, okay, whatever. I'll just... Requires long rest. I already used that. Oh my gosh. Where's my other stuff? Don't I have a smoke cloud in this mother? Oh, it's been too long. Oh, nah. What kind of setup do I have? I'm about to just start hitting people. What the which game's combat system do you like more? Divinity 2 or this one?
Oh, definitely this one.
Yeah.
Like Divinity was fun, but the thing is that shit preyed on AoE way too much, man.
Oh, I feel that.
Like,
yeah, because there were a lot of moments where it's like, I can't see fog or smoke. It'd be one block of smoke, blocking all your shit. I feel that for sure.
Yeah, like it was basically like, like I mean, like some of the spells and whatnot were cool,
right?
But just constantly like having to rely on just AoEs and just like trying to combo off like whatever's on the floor was kind of a headache.
I feel that. I feel that.
Like I really like. Let's be real. That dome that I had that I got at like start of character creation, that carried us through.
Yeah, it was
so
necessary
much.
for sure. It was necessary. What happened to my turn?
Like, even during that last.
Oh, hold person, got it.
Like even during that whole last fight that we ended up having, like even if my character ended up not dying, I don't even think if we were at full health and everything, we would have been able to take that fight. At least not without the dome.
Yeah. Wait, which fight?
Remember the fight with the demon? The one that ended up killing us all at the end?
Oh, yeah. But well, it wasn't really a fight. Or you mean the snake guy? Andromeda?
Not the worm dude, but like, okay, so you remember how, so like we beat like the big boss like with like the giant like worm looking thing.
Yeah.
And like all of those dudes and whatnot. And we were like, all right, bet we, we're done with this. And then afterwards, there was that demon that I talked to, who we never, because I took that blood vomit to deal with him or whatever, we had to end up fighting him. Well, even if we were max health and everything for that fight, because from my understanding, like whenever you fight him there, he's a lot stronger than if you would have fought him before that final fight.
Oh wow, that's fucking trash.
Yeah. So apparently he's like a hidden boss where ooh, Sentinel. Got react. Yeah, 'cause apparently he's like a hidden boss that you can definitely fight beforehand. And if you fight him beforehand, then none of that stuff happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course. If you don't mess with him at all, then I think he still comes out after, but he's a lot harder to fight. If there's like apparently some like secret way to like really weaken him, where I believe you have to like go through like all the different areas like throughout like that whole final map and blow out all the candles, like very specific candles, and like he gets significantly weaker.
Oh wow.
Like some really like extra stuff.
God damn, I do damage. What the fuck?
But are you fighter rogue?
Possibly. No, I think I'm.
I know you're rogue.
I'm rogue something. Shit, hold on.
I can't even catch my breath.
I
I
am
wonder if this is worth the cost.
Rogue Ranger. That's what I am.
Oh, rogue ranger.
He should die. Can't use reactions slowed. I don't give a fuck. It's not this character's turn. I'm trying to, bitch. What? Alright. He should die next turn, right? And there's no... there is attack of opportunity. I hate that. I hate that system. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
Attack of opportunity. I do not like that.
I'm not too bothered by it. I mean, there's ways to get around.
Baby his ass, bitch ass nigga.
Fire. Fire.
I will say I think I do like this game's combat more, but I like the way you leveled up in Divinity more. Like it was a lot more clear cut to me. Like just abilities, you need this many points in this, and then you can just have spells. And I really liked having you have spells all the time. It's just whether or not you remember them or if you respect to have the stats.
The AP. Yeah, that's one huge headache in just Dungeons and Dragons in general. Like I have a buddy of mine we were just talking about the other day. He firmly believes in the bottom of his heart that playing a fighter or just playing like a melee character in Dungeons and Dragons is way better than being a magic user in every single way, because you don't have to worry about keeping control of how many spells you have and being limited on stuff.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Which this game being a video game makes that better, because in here taking long rests and short rests mean nothing. If you're playing a tabletop game, you have like a GM who's a lot more hardcore about like your time management and whatnot. It is such a headache to try and get stuff done.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about that. I was like, I can't imagine all the different shit that you have to take into account. And being slowed is a bitch. Like golly. All right. A critical miss is sickening. That shit I don't like too, to be honest. Oh my god. Just have me miss.
Aspect.
Yeah, just have me miss at that point. Fuck. They said critical miss. My wrist weak as hell with that dice roll. There we go. Easy.
I will say the fights in Divinity felt way deadlier.
I feel that, but I feel like they felt deadlier in a stupid way. I don't. Well, because it was like Like that one chick that could steal your source 3 times in 1 turn. That just felt dumb.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Hey, Rudy. I'll grab that.
It was like, cause
Oh yeah, and then
yeah, go ahead.
go on. I was just gonna say, like, you know, like, you're supposed to have like this like whole balance between like blessing and cursing and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And blessing was just weak.
Yo.
It took a source just for like having something to change for like a turn, and it would help. And depending on like the type of enemies you were fighting, it would help your enemies too.
Bro, one of my favorite parts of editing was listening to you bitch about bless. That shit was hilarious.
Dude, I've never seen a worse implemented mechanic.
It was bad. And I usually when I edit stuff, I'm able to see, oh, we could have done that. It's like with bless, it was like, nah, it just kind of. Oh, you know what? I did see one use against undead. That it was really good.
Yeah.
But that was it.
It was undead and what? Void, a Void Woken.
I don't think
That was,
Void
like, the
Woken
only
particularly had a weakness to it.
Okay.
I think it was just undead.
Yeah, because aside from that, yeah, and that was really only because undead took damage from healing.
Yeah.
So.
Which we definitely did not use that to its full capability. Like I feel like we ran into so many undead enemies that we really could have healed way more. For sure.
That's true. That's true. Especially since I was the healer for our group, I definitely could have taken more advantage of that.
Especially restoration. I didn't realize how much restoration was helping, because it never occurred to me that when you restore a teammate, you just restore their health, right? It goes through their armor. So like when you do that, and then it's like it's restoring them turn after turn. So it just melted people, and for some reason neither of us really noticed that in the moment.
This place is trapped.
Oh, are you talking about like towards undead?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about like in like supporting us? I did not realize.
Yeah, it was because the scarecrow enemy that we went up against that was causing us issues. When we beat that fight, we were both like, dang, how'd that happen so quickly? It's because you hit him with the restoration and it literally just like destroyed him.
Oh, all right. More you know. I did not. Damn.
But I just wish this game's like level up system. I know they can't because D&D. I just wish the level up, the way they did it, was more noob friendly, I guess. The fuck is that? Keep out. The door's name is literally Keep Out. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I knew something looked off. What the fuck is going on? I'll tell you what. Divinity 2 definitely had some janky moments, but I definitely haven't ran into that many glitches in Divinity 2. Not as many as I have in Baldur's Gate 3.
Wait, you're saying like Baldur Gate has more glitches or Divinity?
Baldur's Gate.
Hello?
Sorry, I thought my mic picked me up.
Really?
I mean, I'm staring at a glitch right now. So it's like everybody's like just T-posing, gliding across the ground.
What?
That shit is so hilarious to me.
Okay, this place though, I don't know what it is about this particular area, but it's been so buggy since we've got here.
Yeah, it has. And since it's like such a big part of the game, seemingly it has so much going on. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, it's just this part of the game. Like it's not significant. You know what I mean?
I'm still trying to figure out this whole water valve thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to head back in, but I might be stuck on the loading screen.
You want to try closing out and coming back?
Oh yeah, sure. Game crashed.
Right.
Like it was just like the old Batman movies. I want to start watching the old 007 movies. I also want to watch like Star Wars. Never seen that, but I watched Harry Potter. It's just it's nice to experience these things I never experienced.
Okay. I want to ask, what are your thoughts on Harry Potter?
I liked it. I liked it. Like when I saw it pretty much alongside the Lord of the Rings. I liked Harry Potter more, personally.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
I heard.
It was just so. I don't know. They also had way more movies to actually like get their story across. But Lord of the Rings, it was just like.
That's true.
It was good, but I never felt. I honestly think that people talking about Lord of the Rings might have ruined it a little bit for me. Cause, like, when you have everyone, yeah, when you have everyone talking about it like that, it's like you end up just watching it, waiting for it to blow your fucking mind off, and you know, right. And then like it makes you think that it's mid when it probably wasn't. It's kind of like when you watch a really good show, but then all of a sudden seasons later it gets worse. It could have just been mid, but like it just feels way worse. Even though you watched mid shows that are mid all the way through. I don't know, it just feels bad when it, you know, when you have an expectation, I guess.
When you have your hopes. Yep, I know exactly how you feel.
Oh, I'm in the cutscene. Oh, it's this guy.
You have done quite enough explaining, Volofant Gadar.
Got him.
You have poisoned the very
Oh, you got the vows?
and
That's fine.
minds of these good, kind
No, I still haven't gotten it yet.
citizens with your lies.
I think I'm close to it, but I'm messing up somewhere.
Conspiracies. Though you hide behind a mask of stories, we have seen beyond the veil.
This
We
guy's
see
spitting.
what you really are. Fearmonger. Here, here.
That guy's hair is majestic.
Attention seeker.
Here.
Agent of
I like how no one else is talking either.
Your parasites.
It's just that one dude.
Recognition. This man is infected.
Let the hells follow! Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore.
I agree.
Today, we burn away all falsehoods.
Finally.
Today, we will be divided no longer, for today we rise in truth.
Hell yeah.
Are they planning on lighting him on fire?
Just stand there. Help me, God.
I'm 90% sure they're gonna light his ass on fire.
I suppose we should aid him. Though I'd hate to miss the show.
She acting like she ain't his sweetheart, goofy ass. Vola has done no harm. You on the other hand serve the absolute. Ready or what? What crime is the man guilty of? If he
This
is
man
guilty,
literally took your eye.
he did.
Yeah.
No, it was a witch or the yeah.
Oh, wait, okay, hold up. No, sorry. I'm thinking of my other playthrough.
Oh.
In one of my other playthroughs, he was like, "Oh, hey, you know, your thing's acting up. I can like, you know, do surgery or whatever." And he literally stabs your eye out.
What the fuck? That's crazy. What?
Yeah,
going
did
on
like
there?
stabbed your eye out, and was like, "Oh, here, don't worry, I can replace it." And he gives you like a fake eye, and then he just dips.
Heretic
That's
in our
crazy.
midst. Another mind clouded by the disruptor's lies. Another soul to cleanse. Well, we are nothing if not gracious.
I gotta miss the
See if we
audio
cannot
settings.
lift the veil from their eyes too.
I done messed up his
See, this is
audio.
absolutely why I refuse to. Oh, is it acting up now?
No, it's not. It's not. I just, it's really low.
Please, no!
Oh, but see that
Oh,
specific reason
Oh,
of that little like difference. Is it acting why like I keep telling my other friends like I refuse to play the game without finishing first with you or getting further with you? Because there's so many different things that go on in this game.
Yeah.
That you'll never know like how different things can actually be.
Yeah. And you don't want to get stuff mixed up either.
Exactly.
Wasting my time hurting you, but whatever. See ya. Baby ass. Probably could just. Might as well. Alright. Pick his baby ass up. Alright.
Watching Shadowheart just yeet people is one of the best things in this whole game.
It is pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait, do we have a certain amount of turns before he gets blown up?
No, we don't.
Oh, 7 out of 9 health. Okay, I see. But yeah, man, I always found it interesting because anytime, that's always the comparison, right? Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter. And people always say Lord of the Rings. And I was like, I don't get it. And when I heard people talk about it, I don't know, the one time I heard someone explain it, it was like they just preferred the tone of Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter. Just had a more mature tone. And I feel that.
That's fair.
But it was always a trip because it's funny, when I watched Lord of the Rings, it felt so lighthearted considering how few people, how rarely things went wrong, even when I felt like they should have went wrong. You know what I mean? And it was like, especially when they couldn't, like when Gandalf the Grey came back as Gandalf the White, I was like, the fuck? Like, just kill him. Like, why is he? But I get it, whatever, it's the lore or whatever, but it was like a lot of moments like that. Versus with Harry Potter, the first movie, Harry Potter killed somebody, you know what I mean? I was like, that's kind of hard. And then like his, like, him living under the stairs, and then when he finally goes to Hogwarts, as soon as he has to go back to his regular family that hates him, they move into the middle of the ocean and hide all the letters that he received from his friends, so he thinks his friends forgot about him. I was like, that's fucked up, bro. Like, that's crazy. And then like, I don't know, this is kind of a spoiler for people watching, I guess, but he finds out all this is like the one person he trusted, Dumbledore. He realizes he's basically a lamb to slaughter. Yeah. And he's supposed to die. Like, that's fucking crazy. But, you know, different strokes. Pick his baby ass up.
What'd you do? Did you fail?
Yeah. But I said, pick his baby ass up!
There we go.
God damn. People don't want to die. Like, the fuck? Can I climb up there? I can't, huh? Alright. Whatever. Maybe I should get over there. I'll work my way over here. Like, I do love that. The fact that AP does not cost, or that movement doesn't cost like AP, even though this game doesn't have AP.
I need to hold on.
But you know, you don't have to sacrifice actions.
Right. There we go. Alright, get me the fuck out of here. Get his goofy ass out of here. Did I just kill him? Okay, cool. We'll go. Okay. I have to make sure he lives. He over here bullshitting. What the fuck is he doing? Am I tripping? Oh, I guess he was running away from the fight?
Oh!
There's no fucking way, right?
Wanna restart?
It's up to you, bro.
A little help, please.
He's so fucking stupid for that.
Did he do that himself, or was that just random?
No, the thing was on the timer because the platform was burning, and he was near it. And I purposefully threw him away, and he ran towards it.
All right, let's try this one more time. See what happens.
That's so dumb.
Okay, another thing that I find funny. I was gonna try and throw him too, but apparently he's too heavy for me to throw.
Well,
Which is making it all the funnier that Shadowheart is half my size, but she's able to beat him.
yeah. It's that protein intake. A little bit of creatine.
Right?
I think I could save him. I do. I just, you know what I mean?
You wanna try again?
Sure. Well, just one more try. One more try. Whatever happens, happens.
Arcane's also a fire show, but that's one. But yeah, Fallout, man, it's been so good.
Does it make you want to play the game?
It actually made me want to play the game. Yep.
It's crazy. Dex said the same thing. Couldn't imagine. Not for me.
I would definitely want to try and play like Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas again. 76? Nah. Oh shit, can you just throw the barrel? I don't know if there's enough rounds to be able to do all that.
So fucking goofy. I'm really trying to save, bro. I gotta take it and then like give it to Shadowheart because she can actually hold it. This nigga here, bro. I swear to God. Alright. I'm gonna leave him tied up too. Oh my God, I dropped it. I dropped it on accident. Are we good? Oh my God. Oh.
So I don't know how or why, but apparently the Steel Watcher is involved now.
He probably saw me still and wasn't happy. He was probably cool with me killing people, but not happy with this. I'm giving stuff to Kuva now. Just, or not Kuva, Karlak.
All right. Okay.
It's too heavy, bro. It's too heavy. And now he mad because I'm still in. What do y'all want me to do? Let this man die? They're tripping. I could give stuff to Will and Jahir. I'd even what? You could give people to this. Give stuff to the people at camp. That's fire. Alright, I might as well untie him. Fuck it. It's like deselecting what I'm selecting.
The fuck?
I've run into this issue before. Goofy ass game. Alright. Well, okay, now it's letting me actually do what I want to do. Pick his baby ass up. Pick his baby ass up. Blocked? What does that even mean? Whatever. Pick his baby ass up then. What are your top 5 games of all time?
Ooh. Okay. Not in any specific order. Rocket League for sure.
Okay.
We had so many good times on that game, hands down.
Right.
I mean, I have to say Destiny. I mean, I literally have it tattooed on my arm. Like,
You do?
That has been also a very huge part of my life, for better and for worse.
Right. Understandable.
You haven't seen my tattoo sleeve ever, have you?
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll send a picture in a bit of it. It's not small, that's for sure.
That's funny.
Like, genuinely, I do love Destiny.
Right.
My only ever hate from the game ever really just comes from like the decision making from whoever is trying to profit from that game.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, because that's what really be ruining the game.
That Destiny, people who love Destiny kind of sound like people who love Call of Duty, but without the clout.
I can absolutely agree with that. I can 100% agree to that. Yeah, a lot of my buds.
A little help, please.
One thing that I will always get irritated is like when it comes to like certain situations, it'll always be like, oh, the game is screwing me over. This person is hacking. This dude is like sweating hard, rather than like, you know, anything like, oh, I messed up right here. I made a bad play, like anything like that. And like that's one of my biggest gripes.
That's why you don't like Dr. Disrespect,
like It makes it so much less fun. I can't deal with stuff. That's also what killed me watching Tim, because after Tim got really big, he just kept doing a whole bunch
in both
of that
ways.
too.
I'm playing. Right.
What path lies before me?
Okay.
Praise
Got
me.
him on our
Praise me.
side.
Letter from Oren.
Far Cry 3 is another one. That game. That was probably like my first game out, like that really got me out of playing racing games a lot. Because when I was little,
What game?
racing games were my thing. Man, it was like my mom actually used to get really mad. Racing games, like Gran Turismo, Need for Speed, Burnout.
Right.
A lot of those games were my thing when I was real young. Man, do I put Burnout Revenge on there? That might have to go up there too.
Racing games have always been so interesting to me. Like I don't know. I've always wanted to get into them, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like a foreign world.
Of like your favorite video games?
No, just like in general. Like I don't think I've ever gotten into a racing game. Why am I in prison?
Oh, I think the thing caught you.
What the fuck? Pursuit protocol. You attack the still watcher. The still watcher searching for you across the city. That is hilarious. So Shadowheart is just an accessory and they hold her. I might have to kill everybody here because this whole city might be after me because.
That's so disrespectful. We're saving a man's life. They were gonna light a pyre right here in front of them, and they were gonna be all okay for it. But you still in fire barrels to kill him. That's the problem.
What I'm saying.
People want to kill you for it. I'll tell you all about it. But not here. Too many eyes, ears, and weapons about.
Weapons.
Meet me at your camp.
See, I thought the exact same thing. Yeah, no, racing games, like, I guess I had a big thing for cars whenever I was younger. So, like, that definitely had a sweet spot. But, like, man, I don't know, they hit, like, they scratch a certain inch in my head.
I could feel that. How the fuck do I get out of here?
I don't know if I can put Burnout Revenge in there, though, because I think that's more of a...
I ought to speak.
Are you on the map? Oh, I can't even find you.
This guard has no interest in speaking to a criminal.
Okay.
Is there a name for where you are right now?
Heapside prison. Oh, I forgot you can't teleport in this game. Hold.
Uh-huh. So like I have to actually find you.
Hold on, I can talk to Volo real quick.
Oh wait, like are you in camp now?
No, Arya is good. Shadowheart's and Joe.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me,
Oh!
I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned.
Did this man just say that he's died before?
I think he's saying he would have died. But honestly, I was only half listening. Learn the area controls a syndicate of killers. Perhaps you pissed her off. He controls the city now. They have eyes everywhere, bro. Absolute.
It is not the eyes that I fear. It is the intelligence behind them. The Absolute is merely the outward form of something far more insidious.
Alright, well he's right about that.
Yeah.
The Lord of Murder has returned. As he did 100 years ago, Baal has set his
honestly, there's so much lore, I kind of just stopped trying.
And his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent.
At least with the breaks we take.
Is his chosen. And like Sarevok before her, she is able to take on the savage form of the Slayer. If the Slayer is not stopped, it will slaughter every
Cyberpunk has to be up there too.
City. As one of those things,
Really? You know, I feel like you and Dex both love Cyberpunk.
I have a study of the beast, penned by the wizard Irenicus himself. It contains.
Dude, okay, so just to put it how much I love Cyberpunk,
oh, I just need
I loved it so much that when I found out that it was a tabletop game, I bought the tabletop game because I really want to try it out. And that's like just like whenever like me and my friends are trying to play tabletop games but nothing being serious. And I've been running a Cyberpunk Red campaign for 2 years now.
Wow.
Consistently. Every Sunday. I don't do anything else. Like that's how much I love Cyberpunk and the world and everything.
Serve you well.
That's cool, man.
Penned by John Irenicus.
So
it's one of a kind.
Yeah, it definitely has to be up there for
to
me.
Keep it away from the inevitable path.
Hell, like I would even be willing to say that like that game actually sparked my love vicariously for tabletop games. So
I am a living witness to Baal's defeat 100 years ago. So I know
Far Cry
battle against him is not futile. He stopped, but not all of those
Rocket League
him survived.
this one.
I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll
That's
be
a hard
in
one.
one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
It seems like a lot of the games you like are kind of sci-fi futuristic type, except Far Cry. And I guess the racing game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've always been a lot more interested in more sci-fi science fiction rather than fantasy.
Oh, ignore that.
For some reason, like I have like this just intrinsic beef with like magic, because it seems like BS a lot of times.
I feel that. It's hard to like have a rules when things are magical.
Logical way to explain magic.
Right. I noticed that with Harry Potter.
Yeah. Magic to me is like this like perfect way to make anything happen.
Yeah.
Unless you like make some hard set rules for it.
Yeah. That's very like I feel like Harry Potter kind of you could tell that they set certain rules, but they weren't really rules or like suggestions. Like half the time they don't have to actually say the spell's name to do the spell. And it's not like Bleach, like Bleach isn't magic, but they kind of set certain rules where if you're good enough, you don't have to follow you don't have to say the full name or whatever, and if you like have an incantation or whatever and you don't do the full speech, it's not going to be as powerful as it would otherwise. Stuff like that stuff I get, and they follow the rules. But when you're trying to be creative, have all these different spells, it can be very hard to actually follow.
Yeah, like that's kind of what. This is kind of going off topic, but like that's kind of what made me mad in like the later stages of Naruto. You know, it was the whole thing, like, you know, like these hand signs and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
You know, to be able to pull off your jutsus and everything. And then at one point they just threw all that out the window. I was like, what the hell?
Right.
Like this is like this is like your whole thing for the longest time. Why are we now just getting rid of this?
They got rid of a lot, like Neji.
Yep.
I'm literally just gonna walk around.
I'm really trying to think of what.
And try to put the whole city on my map so I can fucking figure out where Shadowheart is.
If you had to pick one for a night of
Bitch is gone.
You really got me thinking. I really can't think of what my fifth favorite game would be. Because I definitely think it has to be something like narrative driven. Like I'm thinking Last of Us. I'm thinking Red Dead 2. I'm thinking Citizen Sleeper. I'm thinking Valiant Hearts. I remember Valiant Hearts hit me hard too when I played that. That's a game that stays in my head a lot. Man, I'm over here looking through everything just to see what actually deserves that fifth slot. I don't think it would be anything that I have on PC.
Oh wow. I'm just over here trying to. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. I'm in the
day in his name.
Look, we read in our what?
But you are not the lamb for our slaughter. It seems you've won Lady Oren's favor. Join us in this act of slaughter in Baal's name.
I think my last one I would say Valiant Hearts.
And what type of game is that?
It's an indie game. It's a very, I don't know how you describe. So it's like it's mostly narrative. But it's like a kind of wacky, very heartfelt 2D platformer puzzle game that's set in World War II. And you play as different characters who are trying to survive their time through World War II.
Oh, that game! I actually know exactly what you're talking about.
And like, you know, it's like,
Oh, what the fuck going on?
I feel like that's a big reason why I feel like.
Sorry.
Like, the big reason why that game deserves that last slot. Go on, do your thing.
No, I'm just trying to figure out why these people are fighting and why I'm not. I don't see. This is the thing I don't like about a game that is glitching out a lot. You don't know what's real and what's not. You don't know, like, if this is supposed to be happening or if it isn't. Like, these people are fighting each other.
Do you think that it's lag, or do you think it's a game?
It's definitely not lag. Because stuff is reacting to me. And I can usually tell with the Discord call how bad the lag is getting. It's definitely the game. Because I've lagged before. And the worst it does is like increase loading times or delay in my inputs.
Okay, understood.
But whatever, I'm gonna let them handle that.
Can't even browse while he's with a client.
What's the use being first in line if the line's not moving?
The brain. It's here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Alright, I guess I'll stay away from the gate. The fuck?
No way to run a
Oh, I'm at Baldur's Gate.
Can't even browse while he's
Meanwhile, I'm trying to find fucking Shadowheart. She's locked up doing time, and I'm locked up. Like,
make it quick.
Okay, what about you though? What would your top 5 games
That
be?
makes me sell these
In no order.
drugs. Pillock. If you want one, it's gold.
Ghost of Tsushima, Elden Ring, The Last of Us Part 2, Mass Effect Legendary
Really?
Edition.
You liked it more than part 1?
Yes, I did. Take a copy.
Works as toilet paper if you run out.
I don't know what the 5th is. So Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Elden Ring, Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima.
Maybe there's a reason for that weird feeling.
That 5th game, it would honestly probably be Resident Evil Village, but I haven't played any other Resident Evil game. So
really,
Resident Evil Village, I don't know. I might like a different Resident Evil more, but I guess in terms of the game, I loved it. I loved it, like the different sections and like how like it changed when, like, especially like with what you find scary, because you go from horny in the first bit, and then you go to like dolls, and then the baby, and then you go to straight up gore and grossness, and then you go to straight action and body horror in a way. I love the transitions between that and the different approaches to certain things, and like the switching up of the enemies and the open world aspect. Oh my god, it was so good, because you would go back to previous areas, and then it was a whole new bunch of new enemies. There were like optional enemies that when I saw other people playing through the game, they never encountered, because they never went back to certain areas. It was crazy. So I love that aspect.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like really big enemies.
Okay.
Honestly though, yeah, and Last of Us Part 2,
I respect that.
It's funny because when I played the original Last of Us, I enjoyed, like, I love the graphics, I love the acting, I love the technical part of it, and the narrative part, personally, well, I was cool with the narrative part, but for me, a game, like, the story is never going to be enough by itself for me, especially if it's like if the gameplay, you have to actually do stuff, you know. If I don't like the gameplay, it's gonna be hard. And about 3 hours in, a few hours in,
okay,
I just like the looting and like the combat. I just wasn't having fun, and I continued playing it, and I stopped having fun. But the story was cool, and when Last of Us Part 2 came out, for me, everything that I loved about the original Last of Us, the animations and the fighting, the graphics, the acting, the story, it had all of that, except it also had the gameplay. So it was like basically as close to a perfect game I've played for me.
Okay. I'm definitely in agreement with you on everything. I have a little beef with the story. Not like anything like anyone else has. But I'm right there up there with you. Like,
yeah.
Really, like my only flip was like, even though I didn't name either one as like one of my top 5 games, I prefer Last of Us 1 over 2 only because I like the story more.
I feel that.
Because to me, I'm a really big story person. If a game has like a really good story, I'm all about it.
Right.
The only other like option is like, you know, if it's probably like my two biggest priorities when it comes to a game is if it has a really good story that I can dig my teeth into, or if it's a really fun game to play with my friends.
Oh yeah.
My two biggest like priority things that I look at whenever I'm playing a game. Like that's why like Rocket League is up there, dude. I miss our days when we were playing that daily. There's so many amazing moments.
Yeah, that is a really good
like
game.
Playing with
It's a timeless game. Really.
And yeah, and like it's a really simple game with simple mechanics. It has such a high like skill gap or a skill ceiling to it. Like watching like the professionals is amazing. And it came out of the blue too. Like it was a PS Plus game that just came out for free. That we were just like, let's try it, and it just was so good, man. Like that's one of the few games where anytime I hop on, even though I barely touch it, I am hyped every time I play.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I mean personally, I actually I like the Last of Us Part 2 story more. It is more fun for me. Or what more of it? I guess it's spectacle.
Okay.
I feel like the story changed. My biggest gripe was like the order in which they told the story. I think they went like way far into the shock value instead of actually telling a story.
I'm 100% in agreement with you. Like how you play the game, or like the time in which you play the game, definitely is one of it. And
this is cool.
Personally, for me, not in like a personal hate way, I feel like Ellie should have killed Abby, not because I disliked Abby. I mean, I was still salty about her, don't get me wrong, but it felt kind of dumb or messed up that she ends up choosing not to kill her at the end, and she still loses everything.
Right. Goofy ass little girl.
like if like she finally killed her, and then like at the end, you know, you see that she, you know, she lost her girlfriend, she lost her kid, you know, the home that she has is no longer there. She even like the one thing that she had left of Joel. I am so sorry for any viewers who are watching for like these massive amount of spoilers.
Yeah.
If you hadn't played it, just saying, go play that game because it's definitely worth your time.
Oh, this
even
is
though
the way
I'm
out.
kind of talking it down right now, it's worse to play.
Yeah.
Back to spoiling. And like, you know, the one thing that she had left of Joel, she couldn't even use that anymore because she lost her fingers. Like, it would have really hit a lot more like if she killed Abby, and then you really look and see how much she lost just to feed her vengeance. But in reality, she went so far just to change her mind, and at the end she has nothing.
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of, looking at it from a story perspective, that just feels infuriating. There's no feel good to this. It makes me feel like, well, if you went that far, you might as well just, and like lost all this, you might as well just like committed to it.
No!
Imprisonment.
Sorry.
Choose your next move.
I'm trying to break out of prison. Like, hurry up. Holy shit.
Oh wait, is she? I think she's like somewhere around the sewer areas.
Something over there.
Oh, if I was like an animal, I guess. That's kind of cool.
I think we found this area before. Oh wait, no, she's locked up above somewhere, it seems, because the arrows are pointing down.
What? Oh, now I'm in the sewer. Okay, I escaped, I escaped. Holy shit.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I feel you on everything you said. That's where I am? That's crazy. I feel you on that. honestly, I was thinking about this one day because I love that game. Like Last of Us Part 2, I think I beat that game like 3 times, and I don't replay games at all. And I plan on beating it for a 4th time. Like that game and Ghost of Tsushima are the only games that I've replayed multiple times. And like,
I'm planning on getting on replaying Ghost of Tsushima, and I really want to finish that game.
yeah, I mean it's really good. It's just a well-made game, you know, one that you can just appreciate. But honestly,
Agreed.
Last of Us Part 2, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, ideally, right? Here's my opinion on it. They told a story in a way they should have there were so many different ways they could have gone about it. For one, I think if they told it in a different order, it would have been well received. Like if they decided to take all the flashbacks or whatever and just play them and have the player play it chronologically, sure, they could spruce up the pacing or whatever, but everything except the whole space shuttle scene with Ellie and Joel, I think that was cool to have as flashback. But everything else, especially after, because after they grow up and there's no more Joel, it's nice to have a reprieve and get back with Joel. So I think that was a nice flashback. But other than that, it was so flip-floppy, and I'm pretty good. Like when I'm playing a game, I'm pretty good at understanding what's going on time-wise. There were times where I was like, when the fuck is this? Is Tommy shooting at me right now? When is, you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
And they just went for the shock value, and I'm like, why would you? Yeah. I get it.
I'm with you on that.
I get it with the flashbacks, but it's like, you gotta know your audience, and you gotta know that people aren't going to fuck with Abby. Like, look, by the end of the game, at that point, Abby's the good guy, but you don't want to admit that because it's like the way they told the story, and they just it was weird. But honestly, if I had to just break into the developers room and like say something, I would have went one of 2 directions with it. I would have either put a hidden morality system in the game, because there are so many moments where you don't have to kill everybody and you could just go past everybody.
Okay.
And on top of that, there's a specific moment that I think about where Ellie first meets the Seraphites, the Scars, and you're sneaking behind them and you see them hanging a wolf. And I remember, I don't think it was my first time playing it, but my second time playing it, I tried to save the wolf. I tried to kill the Scars before they gutted him, but it was impossible. But I just thought to myself, oh, it would have been cool if I could have saved him. But like, they could put little pockets of that around where you could save the people you're supposed to be killing if they're about to be gutted by these freaks. You know what I mean? And like that boosts your morality. And I think it'd be even cooler if they hid it, if they made it to where nobody knew that there was a morality system. And what they could do is, by the end of the game, if you decided to sneak by a lot of people, if you decided to save a lot of wolves, then at the end of the game, or like the first ending where Abby and Ellie are fighting and Abby leaves Ellie alive, that could be the reason why, because she has good morality, and so Abby just leaves her alive. If she has like maybe moderate morality, she could kill Ellie, but Abby leaves Dina alive, and in that last little bit of the game you play as Dina and Tommy watches the baby. And because like I was thinking that could be hard, but now that I think about it, they added a roguelike system where you could play as any of the characters, so they already had the system in place to play other characters. So you could play that last part as Dina, Tommy watches the baby, and then Dina is not only getting revenge for Joel, but carrying on Ellie's will and getting revenge for Ellie, and getting revenge for her baby daddy. So it makes perfect sense why Dina would. And then if you get to that part, if like while you played as Abby in that second last part of the game, when you play as Abby, if you have high morality as Abby, because she could do the same things where maybe she leaves scars alive or skips through them or doesn't kill her own people and shit like that. If Abby has high morality, then Dina leaves them or lets them live at the last second. But if she has moderate morality, Dina kills Abby but lets Lev live. And then like if it's bad morality, because like the next game, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I would assume Lev is gonna like, because Lev did live. So if you have bad morality as Ellie, Abby kills Ellie and Dina, and that's the end of the game. That's in roll credits. And you don't play that last section, because that last section felt so separate from everything else anyway. And like that could just be the end of the game. Yeah. And then that'll like start conversations where it's like, it's crazy how they ended the game with Abby killing everybody. And then someone's like, what? That didn't happen with me? I played the... And then obviously if Abby has bad morality, then Dina kills Abby and Lev. Or it could be, you know, a different way where she kills Lev, lets Abby live. But I don't know why she would ever do that, because Abby is the person she would want to kill anyway.
I'm all about that. That would have been so good, because like that's actually was one of my favorite things about Red Dead Redemption 2 was that morality system, and like how like all of your
hold on, no to me. Hey, no, I haven't played it yet. I know. Not too much now.
Okay.
Not too much now.
Okay.
Well, but yeah, I am aware that there's a morality system in that game.
Okay. So, yeah, so that's a part. Yeah. I definitely think that would have. If I would have. If I were to find out later on, because obviously I'd probably still be salty about it. But if I were to find out later on that there's a morality system and that's how things change, that would, I would have like, oh, that's amazing. Like that would have changed my mindset so much.
Yeah, it just felt lazy. It felt like they were forcing their story to be told. I was just like, damn, like it kind of felt to me that same way in part 1. Except part 1, it was understandable. Like why Joel did it was understandable from his perspective, as you knew him as a character, because you already knew that Joel was essentially a piece of shit, right? Tommy already said he had nightmares of Joel, and like you knew, and he was doing, you knew, right? But in part 2 with the ending, it really did feel like they were trying to tell their story instead of the character story, in a way.
A lot of it just feels like here's one thing I do like about Last of Us is that
hold on,
both games.
It's nice to see you out in the town. I didn't even know where you were, bro. I was just walking around enjoying the sights.
Just ran into each other.
Right, Sunday breakfast type shit.
Right? Hey, you trying to go grab a beer, man?
Hi, how are you?
That's just
I hear Soul Sylvester, and you know they got some great 2-for-1s right now.
Right.
Speaking of, you wanna go take a long rest real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I was gonna say that so long ago, but then I got arrested.
See, I was gonna say something a while ago, but you got arrested. You're over here trying to get out. Like, let them figure that out. What was I gonna say? For me, so obviously I already spoke my piece about the ending with Abby and everything.
Yeah.
If they were to not like add like any extra mechanics or anything, I feel like the only thing that I would want to change is just, as you said, the
aside from the obvious,
how you do everything chronologically.
Yeah.
But how I would do it is the whole first part of the game, you play as Abby.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
'cause you already started off. So like, you played off as her first, like, you know, whenever you first meet Joel and everything. So from like that point all the way until you fight Ellie at the end.
Damn, all the way there.
Now, and then,
Okay, yeah, like
listen,
okay, I see it.
so then after that, because at that point, you know, you're hearing shit's going on. You're hearing about like, you know, those little something, and then you find out it's Ellie who's been hunting you down.
Right.
And then after that whole fight with Ellie, it ended up switching places to where you play as Ellie.
That would be clean.
You play all the way. You play all the way up to, you know, where, you know, shit goes down. And then, you know, you end up one more time switching to Abby, you know, when she's like trying to, you know, run away and everything and, you know, gets caught. And then one more time, you end up playing as Ellie, and you play Ellie all the way through to the end at that point. And then do you see the decision? Because to me, that would make... It would... One, because I think a lot of people had a lot of beef for, like, how long you played as Abby. So, thank you. To me, you know, it would have at that point felt like, you know, Abby was the main character, and then you finally get that switch to Ellie. You're like, oh shit! So now we get to see what's going on with Ellie. You kind of have like a little bit more of that like hype and nostalgia of actually being able to play with Ellie. But then it would feel a lot more orderly, too. And you get long periods of time you get to play with both.
Person can be their truest selves.
Why is this nigga naked?
Without pretense.
What I'm saying, I'm not sleeping with you.
Bro, you know you want to see what's up with that tentacle.
Bro, I'm good.
And now that you
I've seen enough hentai. I'm good.
You know all there is to know about me. At least, all that matters.
Put his shirt back on, sir.
What I'm saying.
For yourself.
Why am I smiling at him?
And loyal companion Ross.
It sounds like you want to know what the tentacles would do, man.
And later constructed my appearance as the Emperor.
Why is private dialogue checked? They're bugging right now.
The story I have told, no one else.
Wait, can you not see what's going on right now?
No, I can't. I have my own dialogue going.
Okay, got it.
Allies now, working towards a common goal.
I'm pressing him a little bit.
Without me. So, as I see it, you don't have a choice. The only way we were ever going to get close enough to the brain to destroy it was by working together. But few would trust a mind flayer. So I did what I had to convince you.
Damn, he really did trick me too, because he was looking fine in that other skin.
Your actions, your desires. I deduced the best way to align your goals with my own.
Wait till I said top spinner had ass. You make it sound like I was.
That you are complex and full of contradictions. It was no easy task, but I had to persist. I needed your absolute dedication to the cause. I anticipated the challenge, and I anticipated your resistance. What I didn't anticipate was how much I would enjoy your company, your mind.
I just hate how much his brain is moving. I hate that.
Sometimes, I felt almost like we were dancing our way towards something deeper.
No, we are not.
The game did not have to flash his crotch at me, though.
I'm sorry. You're right. Now's not the time.
Never's not the time. What? Or is the time? Never is the time.
The Elder Brain's hive mind has grown to monstrous proportions. And through the Crown's magic, it has complete control over each and every member. It was intelligent before, but now, with its hive mind established across the city,
This man said now's not the time. No, I just said no, bro.
We must stop
I thought you would. I thought you would get a little busy with him.
becoming slaves.
Why do you keep thinking this? Leave me be.
The elder brain's hive mind has grown to
First fucking Halfan, and then or Ifan, and then Gale, and now him. Leave me be, man. The homies say homies.
Oh my god, yo, that's so funny, bro. But yeah, man, I think from an artistic way, I think that way does work. I don't think it works with people who bought it because they played part 1. I think if you play that first part with Abby for hours, they're gonna be like, why the fuck I buy this game, to be honest. Because emotionally, I don't think Abby's part is that emotionally compelling by itself.
I agree. A lot of where her emotional part stems from is like kind of like listening to like the background stuff that's happening, because you're hearing that you know, Ellie's around though you don't know it, quote unquote, and you know like her friends are dying, but you know there's not really like a solid evidence of everything. But that's also where I feel like, you know, if you put that time and effort into the game, it does reward the people who want to play Ellie, because then after that whole fight goes down, you know, you then get to play as Ellie, and that's where I think like, you know, that little like nostalgia kick will hit. But that's, you know, just me contemplating. That's what I would feel lit if after all that then I get to play as Ellie.
Let's see what.
And then, you know, and then you get like, if to me at that point you feel like you get a little bit of a balance of both. You know, you get a long period with Abby, long period with Ellie, moderate time with Abby, moderate time with Ellie to finish the game.
Right.
And then you still tell the whole story. It doesn't, because I feel like, okay, here's another part where I feel like it's like you said, her whole part is like narratively not compelling, is because, you know, first you play as Abby, you know, Joel gets got, and then I might be misremembering right here, but then you play as Ellie for a minute. And, you know, you see what she's doing, so you know what she's doing. And then, like, at this current point, you're like, yeah, these people deserve it. So it's like, you know, of course you don't feel bad for them. So then by the time you get back to Abby again, you're just like you have that idea of like, okay, so I know these people are dying, so I already don't care about them, and I don't care about them anyways because they deserve it. Rather than, you know, they kill Joel, you have to you're like kind of end up forgetting about Ellie because you spend so long playing Abby. That gives you time to kind of understand what these other characters are and what they're trying to do. And then all of a sudden you start hearing that they're dying and getting killed and whatnot, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then you fucking see Ellie, it's like, oh shit. Then it makes you wonder what Ellie's been doing this whole time and how her shit's playing out. Then you get to switch as Ellie, then you're just fucking losing it, because then you get to replay how she's taking everyone out.
Right. I feel that.
Obviously this is all my imagination. I can't say if that's exactly how I'd feel or not. To me, from how it plays out, that's how I've had it in my head on how I would much rather do it.
Right. And it kind of allows you to play as someone that hasn't immediately killed someone you care about, which is always useful. It still boggles my mind, because before I didn't really care for Joel that much, you know what I mean? But like the way they like took him out, I was like, damn, that was quick. I was like, that happened immediately.
It was
proper for your thoughts.
But I definitely did what they wanted to. They wanted to, you know, flip-flop your emotions. I think that's why I took to it so quickly, because it didn't really flip-flop. I was like, I kind of expected Joel. Like, the fact that Joel had lived as long as he did was kind of considering
well, see, I
how he
remember
was.
even when that game first came out. I remember when the game, just before the game first came out, you were already talking about how he was gonna die because of one of the trailers that came out when it showed Joel. There was like a specific transition that happened where they tried to make it seem like it was like Joel, or like Joel coming to grab Ellie or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And like she says, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it shows Joel, when in reality that scene is not Joel.
Yeah.
And you were like, nah, they switched that so quick, like he's definitely gonna die.
I said I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't think I said that.
Dude, yes, I remember this vividly because that stuck out to me so hard. Cause I was like, there's no way that they're gonna kill Joel. Like there's no way. Like you're talking out of your ass, and then you kill Joel. In the
Now
first
that I'm
second.
thinking
like,
about
oh
it,
my god,
that just sounds too ahead of the game for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, the transition did look weird, but like,
I can show you the exact moment too. I'll find it on YouTube and show you the exact moment that you called out. Like that's how much you had that embedded in my mind.
caustic brine, gross. Man, fuck these valves. I'm doing the missions.
It's crazy on how we've been playing this game for 2 hours straight.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, we can enjoy the fucking, environment. Shit.
Yeah. Like we've just been walking around, just straight up, just random stuff the whole time.
Yeah. Man. I wish you could. Honestly, like all that story stuff aside, the way they set up like the post-game content, I really like it. Like their own in-game permadeath stuff. I think the grounded difficulty is done well.
Which one?
Last of Us Part 2. The like roguelike system, the deleted mission or levels, all that stuff. I really do like post-game stuff.
I actually didn't do any of the post-game stuff on that one.
I'm gonna do the permadeath run.
Yeah, I never touched it.
I'm gonna try permadeath.
What happens on permadeath?
If you die once, you start over. I'm gonna do that on grounded, and then I'm gonna fuck with the roguelike stuff. Oh, Gail's here. What the? Why is Gail here?
Oh, because I told him to meet us at that place,
well.
that he can talk to.
Mother of.
All right, hold up. I'm right outside.
I mean them.
One second, I'm coming.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
I can't feel nothing but hello.
Gail's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic.
I get why Gail is like loving, Mister.
Pure undiluted weave. I mean, reach out.
She's truly magical.
And carry me to Mistra, wherever she may be.
An audience with your goddess
Oh
can
my
go
gosh,
wrong.
Shadow.
I should know. But do whatever you feel is best, Gale.
You kind of hold Karlach with that mask.
My right arm for a chance to speak with Mistra again. The left one too. Maybe a knee.
The fact that you're in the background of the scene, even though you joined late, like this game really is well made in certain aspects for sure. Really good.
For sure. Although it might not be top 5, this game is probably going to be top 10 for one of my favorite games. Because it's fun to play with friends and it has a really good story. And like the way that things change is also great. Like all the little things can really matter.
Right.
Yeah, like it's definitely a game where like someone played it through several times and they ironed out the kinks.
Omniscient.
Like obviously it's not perfect, but god damn it, like the quality of life stuff that they have in this game, especially from a multiplayer perspective, I wouldn't expect to see this type of game for like years.
Right, especially with the current state of video games.
Yeah.
Like,
to have the love of the.
I didn't play it, but did you hear about what happened with like Hi-Fi Rush's studio?
Beyond
Yeah,
expression.
yeah, I did.
During my time
Sadness.
not weighing water deep, I prepared a
Like something like that has to be such a bummer because
Right.
I've heard nothing but amazing stuff from that game.
Game of the year
And, like,
contender.
it won
Get shut down.
awards and everything like that, and even
it moots, so I'm gonna have to
and
improvise.
even that
Unless you have
is
any words of
enough.
wisdom to impart.
Like it's just straight up. If you cannot make numbers that satisfy the stockholders, that's it. I think that really set a precedent for like where the game industry is now.
But he's not taking us with him?
The summoning channel Mistra has provided is one only I can enter.
Oh hell no. I mean, well, actually I don't give a fuck. Go
prefer
ahead. Think about it. Alright. I want to say 4. Wait, no, not 4. 3. I want to say 3.
No. I'm not disagreeing with 3. God. Yeah, go 3.
You'd make a fine 3-dragon anti-player, you know?
Love that
I
game.
think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3-dragon ante. I'll let Mistress show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit.
We're only gonna get his head back.
I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The outer planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Yo, low-key,
What?
I could definitely cosplay Gale.
You actually could, huh?
I just gotta let my hair grow out, and my hair's like my hair definitely isn't his. But like I could definitely let my hair grow out to be right there.
Oh wait, we get to see?
It wouldn't be hard either.
That makes sense because you did want us to wait. I was like, we're not actually waiting, are we? The fuck?
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered.
Oh my gosh, yes. Do whatever she says, nigga. What are you talking about?
And you disobeyed my instruction.
I get it, Gale.
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
Ryan should do it again. You better kiss her.
Divine.
Yet still you know so little of
Oh, he already hit it. And now he wants to quit
Yeah,
it.
he'd been hit.
I thought he was friend zoned or magic zoned.
Only with the truth will you see the way ahead.
No, he had been hit, and then she cast him out, and he wanted back in, but
Carcite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic wrought in the brief moment Carsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Carsus reforged, I could take control of the Carcite weave.
You can no more control the Carcite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave a temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Cassis to me.
Why?
Great ask indeed.
To her and not destroy it. Nah, she's bugging.
Much to think on.
But to be real, I've only heard about 30% of what she said because she's so fine.
Saying, don't do it.
Needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
It leads me straight to your bedroom. Like, why the fuck you playing?
Nah, I don't mess with it. Cause first she was just straight saying don't build it, and now she's over. Now that she like that he's kind of into it again. She's like, oh no, build it, but then give it to me.
You want to talk to him?
Please.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw her. After all this time.
Right. I feel you. God damn, she was fine.
And what you felt was but the slightest drop, drawn from the rushing torrent that is the weave. I confess, without my former prowess, even I struggle to stand her presence. The effects on the mortal body of such unfettered magical exposure cannot be overestimated. She held back in order to protect us, to make sure I heard her. The Karsite weave, within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsis's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that? But I should have known. What right had I to go about declaring myself an archmage when I was as foolish as a common apprentice in setting such an entity loose? At least now I'm armed with the truth and Mistra's expectations. Sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Cassis. Perhaps. I see few other options open to me. If I ever want to reclaim those parts of myself the orb snatched away. If I ever want to be me again.
I'm not pushing him to that, man.
I'll have to disagree with you there. Having not one but two parasitic entities within your body does very little for one's faith in one's personality. Still, I should take the compliment with the same generosity it was given, so thank you. If I can promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down.
All right.
Later, Gil. All right.
All right, that was interesting.
Finally, we accomplished something. Shit.
What's going on with this guy?
I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all.